Good afternoon. Today we will be discussing an important dramatic monologue written by Lord Alfred Tennyson titled Ulysses, a poem that was written in blank verse in 1833 and published in 1842. The poem is usually considered as a popular example of the dramatic monologue in English literature, and the poem revolves around the Homeric hero Ulysses, who, facing old age, describes his discontent and dissatisfaction upon returning to his kingdom Ithaca after his far-ranging travels in the aftermath of the Trojan War. Despite his reunion with his wife Penelope and his son Telemachus, Ulysses yearns to explore again, leaving the control of his kingdom in the hands of his son Telemachus. Let us now analyze the text of the poem. The first word to strike us in the poem is the word profits. It little profits that idle king. However, it should suggest to us not economics, as we commonly understand the word profit to be, but the Gospel according to St. Matthew, which gives us an initial powerful hint that the poem is essentially about right action leading to salvation. The adjective idle nullifies its noun king, while the stillness of the hearth suggests stagnancy rather than cozy restfulness. And the crags are barren, but we do not pause here to reflect that crags usually are barren in any case. Here it seems yet another burden imposed upon Ulysses, just as he is matched with an aged wife, suggesting firstly that she is not his match, and secondly that perhaps she is not his choice now. She is aged, and it is not until the final section of the poem that Ulysses concedes his age too. But then he describes himself as merely old. The verbs meet and dole convey the menial form his actions have to take, which is reinforced by the unequal nature of the laws and the savage nature of a race whose aims can be summed up in one of Tennyson's sonorous lists of words: hoard, sleep, and feed. How could such people know or understand the Ulysses who has traveled far, who has fought with the gods in the Trojan War, and who has been honored among many races and always enjoyed or suffered greatly? Ulysses then goes on to recapture that glorious past, his fame, exploits, his expansive greatness, which recognizes that the present stagnation is almost equal to death for him. Someone who has drunk delight of battle with my peers far on the ringing plains of windy Troy. Tennyson shifts dullness swiftly into its sense of not remaining bright, with the cluster of images about rust, burnishing and shining that recollect the gleaming world seen through the arc of experience. We have a sense of wasteful neglect very powerfully conveyed by Tennyson, where Tennyson says, merely to breathe is not to live. To live is surely to follow knowledge, even if this is compared to the pursuit of a sinking star. Thus, Tennyson shifts his argument from one emotional point to another with all the appearance of reasonableness. Ulysses finds his domestic context dull and boring. It is inappropriate to that gloriously active past which made him a man of action, for whom inaction is both wasteful and in a sense wicked. Therefore, he must do what he has been destined to do, which is to discover new things, the pursuit of knowledge. But what of his duties as a king? We soon find in the poem that this responsibility can be shifted. If Ulysses is not at home, there is his son Telemachus, who is not merely well loved of me, but also has the right qualities to subdue patiently this rugged people to the useful and the good. Conveniently for Ulysses, Telemachus is centered in the sphere of common duties. His horizons are therefore in a sense fixed, constricted, and his character is limited to those fixed horizons by the same process which make Ulysses' horizon an arch where through gleams that untravelled world whose margin fades as one approaches it. Telemachus, Ulysses' son, moreover is decent, and Ulysses is confident that he will not fail in the small ordinary emotions like tenderness to loved ones and ordinary respect for the gods, the household gods. After his succession is confirmed, Ulysses can look down to the port where we find that the vessel puffs for sail. A suitably ample image and an eloquent image at that to introduce those broad seas which is ominously gloom and a dark. Nevertheless, this is the context for free hearts and free foreheads which have ever enjoyed or suffered sunshine and thunder. Something Ulysses suggests may yet be done to complement the past before death puts an end to him. For death is common to all and would take him from the still hearth. Until that time, life is movement for Ulysses, and Ulysses' purpose is to move until he is stopped by death. We might notice, but only fleetingly, that Tennyson has shifted the yearning desire, the hungry heart, to the will. If the body is made weak by time and fate, as Ulysses says, his will remain strong, and the final line of the poem has as many as 4 verbs to confirm the busy heroic endeavor of Ulysses. One important aspect of this poem is Ulysses' character, and the most important aspect of Ulysses' character that stands out and that is highlighted by Tennyson perhaps deliberately in this poem is that he is essentially lonely, deeply lonely. He is not understood by his savage race. He is matched by a wife who cannot understand his desire to go on roaming and discovering. And though he may love his son Telemachus, he cannot understand a man whose sphere is centered on common household duties. Ulysses misses not merely the action of the society of other active men, his peers, and by gathering his antique mariners together, he will once more find himself in a society that thinks like him, whose hearts are, as Tennyson says, one equal temper, and who will not be indifferent to those memories of the past which compel an escape from his present dullness, which insist that one does not give in or give up, but continue to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. This briefly is our reading of the text of Tennyson's Ulysses. Thank you.